What's up guys, thanks for tuning in. My name is Gregson and welcome to Shifting Lanes. Today is a very cool day because we are starting a 3-part series where we take the Volvo V70R and we tune it and dyno it. So I have come back to Prime Motoring here in New Jersey. And if you know the channel and you're familiar with the channel, I took the old gray Volvo V70R here to get a baseline dyno pull about 9-10 months ago, and we're back with this one. We're going to do the same thing. That is part 1. Part 2 will be tuning the car and getting some driving impressions, and part 3 will be bringing it back to this dyno to do an after pull essentially. So let's get started. Let's get this thing on the dyno and I will talk you through exactly what we're going to do today. This video and all of our videos is sponsored by FCP Euro. If you don't know who FCP Euro is, click the link in the description below and you can go find out exactly who they are. They are a European parts supplier for a ton of different European brands, including Volkswagen, Audi, BMW, also Volvo, Saab. Go check out their catalogs. They have Porsche parts, Jaguar parts, anything you can think of. They have graciously decided to sponsor this car as well as the rest of the channel. So thank you so much to FCP Euro for doing that. They have an insane amount of parts. They also have a really, really cool offer for you. And this is something that they do for everybody. Any part that you buy from them that is a wear part, and that includes motor oil, you can get it with a lifetime warranty. You basically buy the part from them. As long as you own the car, you can send it back and have a totally new part sent to you for free. A wheel breaks that you buy from them, a control arm, anything, a spark plug breaks, it doesn't matter. Send it back to them. They'll give you a new part for free. Any shipment over $49 is also free shipping, so please go check them out. FCP Euro is amazing. I've met a bunch of them. They're an amazing company, amazing people, and you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't know about them and don't check them out. So again, click the link in the description below and check out FCP Euro. They are awesome. We're going to hook this thing up. We're going to get a baseline run to see exactly how much horsepower this thing is putting out. After that, in part 2, this weekend, I will be tuning the car. I have a tune from Rob Hilton at Hilton Tuning, and it is a stage 2 tune. Part 3 is we're going to bring it back here to Prime Motoring in a few weeks and check it out. Let's go inside, let's see what Prime Motoring is working with, and let's see what other cars they have here, because this is a really famous local Subaru tuner, and they have some really cool stuff here. So I'm going to go walk around and show you around here, and then we'll get this thing on the dyno. So they got crazy stuff in here. I'm sorry if you can't hear me, the fan is insanely loud right there. But we have a Mark IV Supra. We've got an R34. Is that an R34? Oh, no, it's an R33 GTR. Is it? Wait, I'm not even sure what that is. Behind over here, around this corner, there's an R32 GTR. Subaru. We have a drag Subaru WRX here. I believe this is an STI. But yeah, such crazy stuff here at Prime Motoring. You need to come check them out. I'll drop a link to them in the description below. You just come check them out if you're in the New Jersey area. They are awesome at dynos, and they tune. If you want them to tune stuff, they'll tune stuff. But their specialty is Subaru, so come check them out if you're in the area. All right, the car is on the dyno. We have Dimitri here. We're going to strap it in. Now, the gray one, when we dynoed it before, it put out 256 and 320, 256 horsepower and 320 foot-pounds of torque. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove these boards. We're going to put it on. We're going to put it into third, and we're doing a bunch of pulls. So let's see what we get with the manual versus the automatic. So just so everyone knows, this is a Mustang dyno, and basically what that means is I don't know. So if you know what the differences are between dynos, please let me know in the comments below. So this is a Powerdyne Mustang dyno. It's the same dyno we had last time, so there is no difference. And here she is, ready to rock. So let's get this going. coming over to the chart, you can see here 270 wheel horsepower and 298 wheel torque. So this was rated at 296 from the factory, and that's at the crank. So this is at the wheel. We have a little bit of parasitic loss, obviously, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this thing off the dyno, and then we're going to talk about what these numbers mean exactly, and what we can possibly see gain-wise when we slap the tune on it. Okay, let's talk about these dyno numbers. So, clearly I'm no longer at Prime Motoring. What you're gonna see is basically two different charts. Now, the charts are going to look very similar, but I assure you they are different. Down at Prime Motoring, you get 3 pulls per session. It's right around 100-125 bucks. And you can get a baseline as to what exactly your car can do. First one is just the baseline run to make sure everything's on the up and up. And then 2 and 3 are for power pulls, essentially. So what I have here are runs 2 and 3. For power run 2, let's go over that first. Power run 2, you see that the horsepower builds and builds and builds. Then right between about 5,300 and 5,800, you have your peak horsepower, which reads down at the bottom as 270 max horsepower, and that is wheel horsepower. So the torque curve, which I had said is up top and builds really quick and then slowly falls off, the peak torque is 298 torque. These cars were rated at 296 horsepower, 296 foot-pound from factory. So that's pretty damn good on the torque curve. The horsepower curve, it's lost a bunch of its vigor, if you will, over the years. It's a 13, 14-year-old car. And as cars over time, they tend to lose horsepower. But 270 is very respectable, especially wheel horsepower. 296 was rated from crank, which is different. When you have crank horsepower, it means to the actual crankshaft that drives all the wheels. When you have wheel horsepower, that means at the wheels, which is being put down on the ground. So, yeah, that's some seriously good numbers. Now, that's run number 2. Run number 3 will actually look very, very similar. Torque is your top line, peaks and then drops off, and horsepower continues to build and build and build. And this one, it looked like peak horsepower was between 5,300 and almost 6,300. It sort of flatlined there a little bit, and then it dropped off at the end. Again, same exact numbers, which is very good. So that means that motor is very consistent. There's not a lot of peaks and jumps going on, even though these lines seem very jumpy and everything, going up and down. The tune will smooth that out, but this is actually a very, very good looking dyno chart, and the fact that we got 270 horsepower and 298 torque each time is an extremely good sign. One, it means the motor is very healthy. It's not, like I said, being very peaky in the stock tune it's on, or any kind of power band anomalies that may crop up. Doesn't seem like there are any, which is, again, extremely good. I don't know if this car has been tuned or not. 270, 298 seems to be pretty high to me, especially for a Mustang dyno, but the old gray one dynoed at 254, 320. So, and I'm 100% sure that wasn't tuned, because the service history of that one was from a single owner in Pennsylvania that dailyed the car and brought it to the same service place basically every single day or every single time it needed service. So yeah, I don't know if it's that. Dyno at Prime Motoring is a little off for this car specifically. I'm honestly not sure. However, Prime Motoring's dyno is used for VWs, which uses Haldex all-wheel drive systems, so it should be calibrated pretty well for this kind of car. I'm going to go by these numbers because these are the only numbers I have, and I think that they give a good baseline. Whether they're 100% accurate, I don't really care, to be quite honest with you, because I just want something to use as a baseline. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take these two charts and I will well, you've already seen them. You've seen the B-roll of them, but I'm gonna keep them. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to tune this car this weekend. I'm going to flash it. The next video you see will be on that. So that's part 2 of this series. Part 3 is in a week or 2. I am going to bring it back to Prime to see how we've improved from these numbers. And I'm actually curious to see if that tune wipes out an existing tune on this car or something. If that's not a thing that happens, let me know in the comments. Tell me I'm wrong. I always want to learn more about these cars, and as I do more things with this car, I learn more about V70Rs as I go along. So yeah, that'll do it for part 1 of this quick 3-part series on tuning a V70R. If you liked the video, thank you so much for watching, and again, just remember to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Consider subscribing, hit the bell notification for all notifications to be turned on. If you want to follow us on social media, it is at Shifting Lanes, pretty much anywhere, so go follow us there. We post everything on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, as well as Drive Tribe. If you go to Drive Tribe and search Shifting Lanes, we write about the daily news and anything you'd want to know about car culture. If you want to get in contact with us, it's contact@Shifting Lanes is our email. We read every single email you guys send us, and every single email, on the whole, seems to be pretty positive from you guys. So thank you so much for all of your support and you guys watching. This is why we kind of do this, is to make really cool videos for you, whether they're, you know, our YouTube channel is still growing, whether they're crummy little videos now and turn into bigger productions later. It's all because you guys watch, so thank you again so much. And thank you once again to FCP Euro for sponsoring this channel as well as these videos. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. See ya.